Hello everyone, I am Shanila and we are the Reading Raptors of Shantiniketan Indian School. We will be bringing to you many interesting stories to read. So let us begin our journey with the story The Little Red Riding Hood. Today we are going to read the story about the Little Red Riding Hood. She is named after her hooded cap. The girl walks through the woods to deliver food to her grandmother. So let's begin the story. Before we go ahead, let's take a look at some words that we are going to learn in the story and let's learn how to pronounce. Repeat these words after me. Visit, little, behind, reached, smell, shouted, loud, scream, wide, never. Little Red Riding Hood lived in a house with her mother. One day, Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her granny. She had a nice cake in her basket. On her way, Little Red Riding Hood met a wolf. "Hello," said the wolf. "Where are you going?" "I am going to see my grandmother. She lives in a house behind those trees." The wolf ran to Granny's house and ate Granny up. He got into Granny's bed. A little later, Little Red Riding Hood reached the house. She looked at the wolf. "Granny, what big eyes you have!" "All the better to see you with," said the wolf. "Granny, what big ears you have!" "All the better to hear you with," said the wolf. "Granny, what a big nose you have!" "All the better to smell you with," said the wolf. "Granny, what big teeth you have!" "All the better to eat you with," shouted the wolf. A woodcutter was in the wood. He heard a loud scream and ran to the house. The woodcutter hit the wolf over the head. The wolf opened his mouth wide and shouted, and Granny jumped out. The wolf ran, and Little Red Riding Hood never saw the wolf again. So, children, the moral of the story is you must never trust strangers. Even a very friendly strangers may have bad intentions. Now let us read the new words that will come across in the lesson. Visit, little, behind, reached, smell, shouted, loud, scream, wide, never. Now let us see the meanings of the words. Visit, go to see. Little, small in size. Behind, at the back. Reached, arrived. Smell, odor or scent. shouted, loud cry, loud, producing too much noise, scream, loud piercing cry, wide, broad, never, not at all. Now let us find out some synonyms of few words. Number one is visit. The synonym of visit is stay with, or we can say come upon. The second word is little. We can say tiny or mini. The third one is behind. The synonym of behind, we can say beyond, at the back. The fourth and the fifth word, reach, smell, you will be finding the synonyms from the passage. Now let us find out the antonyms. The first one is shouted. The antonym of shouted is whisper, or we can say murmur. The second one is loud. The antonyms of loud is silent, or we can say quiet. Third is scream. Fourth is white. And the fifth one is never. Now you will be finding out these antonyms of three words. Now children, we are going to frame sentences. The first one is visit. Can you think of a sentence with visit? Red Riding Hood came to visit her grandmother. The next word is little. The plants will grow into little bushes. Behind, reached, smell, shouted, loud, scream, wide, never. Now here are few more words which you are going to frame sentences as your assignments. Now in this section we will check you that whether you have understood the story or not. So let me ask you the first question. The first question is, where did Little Red Riding Hood go one day? So in the very beginning of the passage, if you have read properly, the Little Red Riding Hood went to visit to her granny. So the answer is, one day Little Red Riding Hood went to visit her granny. Now there are two questions and you are going to do it as your assignment. Number 2, who saved Red Riding Hood from the wolf? And the third one is, what moral does the above story reflect? Children, read the story once again and answer the questions. All the best.